Alright, Shalom. I'm going to give all praises to Yahweh, Bahashim Yahushai, Bahashim Hakodash, the boss, the apostles, and the elders at Great Millstone. Rule well, peace, blessings, salutations to the elect. It's pushing his word. I'm going to do a video basically because I was watching clips of this freaking movie, Home Alone. Alright, just different clips. I didn't watch it all the way through, but there's a couple spiritual points that came to mind watching it. And a lot of the movies that we grown up on while we were in the world and watched are pretty bugged out, when you really get the explanation of it. It's some of it's spiritual and some of it's just pretty much bugged out. It's with that guy Macaulay Culkin on basically how he was dealing with his family. He was basically the black sheep. I was equating this basically to being in this truth. How a lot of us are, we're the outcasts, whether it be in our family, in our social circles, and as pretty much he got left on vacation at home, whatever the case may be. He was they didn't wake him up, or they were rushing so much that they forgot him. Because later on, in the beginning of that movie, he got pissed off because someone ate his cheese pizza, and he basically, wished that he wouldn't be a part of his family anymore. But nonetheless, I wanted to. There's a clip in here about this guy named Old Man Marley, and really that's symbolizing the prophets. And I'm gonna prove it because, well, not really prove it, just bring some scriptures out because in this movie, he was basically portrayed as a crazy person, actual serial killer. And there's a clip, in here where they were talking about it, and I'm gonna get the scriptures on it because that's how we are in this truth, and we're misrepresented by the people of this world. How we're viewed, but we're just simply the prophets, not self-proclaimed, but we're actually doing what the scriptures say that the prophets will be doing in the last days. So, and I'm going to get this here in the book of Luke. Book of Luke 4. I got my hard sword. The book of Luke 4 and 24. Yeah. Okay. Book of Luke 4 and 24. And it reads, and he said, verily, I say unto you, no prophet is accepted in his own country. So the prophets, those that go out on the highways and the byways and the hedges, preaching about the downfall of America, preaching that the salvation is for you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, and your true heritage and your nationality are biblical Hebrew Israelites. All right, and who you are and what you should be doing, seeing that this day is coming, that the Lord, who you call ignorant Jesus, his name is Yahweh Bashim or Salaki, his name is Yahweh Shai, is coming back. Okay, those are the prophets preaching the true doctrine, and meaning we're not accepted. Oh, I just found a good precept, Salaki. But basically, we're not accepted in our own town, meaning what? We're not accepted in our own homes. That we're not accepted in the. We're not basically looked at as how you were before the knowledge, meaning the knowledge of this truth. And that's how it is, and that's how it was with this Old Man Marley guy. Okay, they were looking out the window, looking at him, and they said, I would play the clip, but I don't actually have it. I just have a screenshot. But they were saying how, like, back in 58, he murdered his whole family, all right, and like half the people on the block, all right, with a snow shovel. And basically it was just an old fairy tale, or not a fairy tale, it was just a story, that they don't have the proof on, but they were kind of, his countenance is intimidating to them, So they just kept the story going. You know, he's like the neighborhood serial killer, and that's how we are in this truth. That's how we're perceived in this truth to be. As people have these different type of looks. People have these different type of perceptions of the men of the Lord when, quite frankly, they don't know shit about us. They don't know anything about us. Even people who once knew you, they don't know the knew you now. Because the scripture, and I'm gonna get it. Okay, because you become a whole totally new person now. Uh, looking for a scripture, because you're not the same person as you are once you wake up. Okay, the Lord has put the Spirit on you through the apostles and elders, via them, to wake up to who you are, and they're gonna look at you as evil now. And I'm gonna get this is Proverbs 29:27. An unjust man is an abomination to the just, and he that is upright is the way and is abomination to the wicked. So your family, your brothers and sisters now are gonna see you now changing your life, following the scriptures. They're gonna look at you in disgust. They're gonna really try to trump up things in their mind, how you are. Okay, he's growing a beard now. He's this and he's that. Distant relatives, friends. They're gonna make up all things that really isn't true. When they all simply they have to do is ask. Ask you, but rather, because most people are cowards. Let's just keep it real. You know, they're all actors. Most people. Off general principle, you're not gonna find someone who's really gonna keep it 100, keep it 100 with you, man. So they're gonna he preaches that the white man, the devil. He go out and talk about they can rape the little girl. You know what I'm saying? All that BS. So you're gonna perceived. So when you come around, you're gonna get weird vibes and off vibes. But that's just the nature of this truth. Okay, that's just the nature of this truth, which we preach. We preach, being a good character, being having good character, having a good way, a good balance about yourself. How the Lord it presents us to be. But our people being so simple, they're going to think anything. They're going to think anything. Even coming in the last days, especially once we have our faces on the news and probably have flyers around your neighbor downtown, about you. Beware for this guy. Beware, he did that, this, that, and the third. Okay, and it's spiritual because they ask, the kid that Macaulay Culkin, his brother, his other cousin asked the dude, was like, well, if he's a serial killer, why didn't the cops arrest him? And he said, oh, they didn't have enough evidence on him. But sure enough, he walks. Every night he walks. He comes out at night and looks for his next victim, like lying on the old man. All right, and then what else did he say? He said that you see that he's carrying a bucket. He said it's salt in that bucket. And he puts his victims in there, and they dissolve. The bodies dissolve. Bugged out, man. Hey, these people, because Esau gonna lie on us. All right. Hey, this is Psalms 27, the book of Psalms 27:10. When your father and my mother forsake me, then the Lord will take me up. So, going into a transitional a period in your life where you're trying to become your best self, it's incumbent that you're alone. That you're alone and you get to know yourself better, because you're really under your so-called parents in the flesh. You're under their household, so you really have to basically be a servant to them. in so many ways, in righteousness, I guess, you know. So, and a lot of our people, especially Jake, they move out of their, they move out of from underneath their household, and then they go to college, or either they move in with a woman, or they move in with a man. All right, and they don't really get to know themselves and how to become more spiritual. So a lot of times we end up being men of Israel. We end up being simps, women worshippers, simple as all hell, drugged out, um, just a grimy nigga. So really, is really um, imperative that we're by ourselves. Meaning what? Try to live by yourself, get out on your own. And the people are going to find that very offensive because you're separating yourself, and they're going to take that. They're going to be offended at you, man. That you don't want to come around it, especially because you're still in the world. You're coming out of this world. They're gonna feel some type of way. This here in this picture says, this is that old man guy. It says, "You are old man Marley. A stately facade hides that the heart of a gentleman and a scholar. You may not be the most approachable chap, but once people get to know you, you win them over at the end some." And at the end, Macaulay Culkin, he meets this old man in the church, and basically what the old man said to him was, "I know there's a lot of things going around about me, but a lot of it's not true." Or he said most of it's not true. They say he's a serial killer. He killed off his family, and he's still on the run from the police. He said it's not true. All right. Because a lot of times when someone or something is mysterious, they don't, the average person chooses to make up anything and get the truth of it. They're afraid of it, especially how much more the prophets, the men that the Lord's dealing with. We're not gonna be above that, and because I'm gonna get the account on our Lord Yahweh Shai on how they treated him, the wicked scribes and Pharisees and some of our people, some of the niggas. Actually, this is John as well too. So this is Matthew 11 and 18. It says, "For John came neither eating nor drinking, and they say he hath the devil. The Son of Man came eating and drinking, and they say, Behold a man gluttonous, and a winebibber, a friend of publicans and sinners. But wisdom is justified of her children." So, hey, John, he didn't come neither nor drinking. They say he got a devil on him. That nigga wicked. Verse 19, just being a hater and being envious. And they said the Lord, the Son of Man, Yahweh Shai, man, he came eating and drinking. They're saying he's a wine bibber. He's a friend of the publicans. He's a gluttonous. And I wanted to get a few definitions. First one is ostracize.
Ostracize.
Ostracize. Exclude someone from a society or group. Meaning what? Certain circles, you're not gonna be welcomed anymore. All right, you're not gonna be invited to certain spots. You're not gonna be invited to certain gatherings. You're gonna be certain spots you used to go to. You're not gonna be allowed there no more. Hey, what the brothers say? Say McDonald's might not take our order because you're gonna be such an outlaw. Okay, so hey, a lot of people don't like this truth because they're gonna be ostracized. They're gonna be looked at in a bad light, and people most of the time want to fit in. They don't have a mind of their own, so they just fit in. And see. I think I had another precept. Matthew 12. Oh, kind. Matthew 12:50. For whosoever shall do the will. Let me see if there's a. Okay, I'm gonna start at 48. But he answered and said unto him that told him, Who is my mother? Who are my brethren? And he stretched forth his hand toward his disciples and said, Behold, my mother and my brethren. For whosoever shall do the will of my Father which is in heaven, the same is my brother and sister and mother. So your fleshly parent, your fleshly parents or guardians, okay, basically become strangers, if you will. Not strangers, but just like regular Israelites. And then who really becomes your brethren and your very rarely sisters, but spiritual fathers are the men who have this doctrine. If this makes any sense, Lord willing, this is edifying. They become your true family. The same men you go out every week with, and throughout the week that you communicate with, that's supposed to be your real family now, in the body of Yahushua, and Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, the new building, the new Jerusalem. All right. So, hey, that was a cut. I believe he told his mother that. Who? If I'm not mistaken. I'm trying to see. No, I don't think this is it. But kind of point still stands. And I'm gonna get this really quick. This word foible. Foible. A minor weakness, or eccentricity in someone's character. So that's what you're trying to do. You're trying to correct the different foibles that are within you as a person. Meaning what? Correcting, following the law, statutes, and commandments. Being more authoritative, being more assertive, growing your beard. Keeping the Sabbaths. And when you're around people who aren't doing that, they're going to try to agitate you. And this is really for like brothers younger brothers. I'm still a younger brother, but I know, example from when I was living, we had to be around family and friends. Back when I was in the world, they're going to zone in on your foibles. Meaning what? They're going to start pointing out different things that are very small, but they're going to make it big. Okay, and it's going to get very, I'm trying to explain as best as I can, but it's going to be basically like static. If we have static with somebody, it's gonna be like that. They see you doing something that's that's required from the Lord. It's gonna turn them off, and it's gonna basically, because you see them, they see you doing something better, but they can't do it. It's gonna be an issue, really, because they're really being envious of you, because they can't do it themselves. So they're gonna basically hate you for that. And that's why they hated the Lord. They hated John. Okay, they hated all the other prophets. But it's for you, and I'm going to get the scripture to back it up. It's for you to put the whole armor on, because that's a battle you have to fight. That's a spiritual battle. Okay, that's a spiritual battle, man. You can't take in what the outside perception of you, because you're supposed to know who you are and who the Lord trying to make you into be. That's being a man of the Lord. So you can't take it really personal. As much as you want to, like, oh man, why they look at me like that? Why? You know what I'm saying? You just gotta, because that's a part of this truth. I'm looking for the precept here in Ephesians. Ephesians 6 and 11. It says, put on the whole armor of the Most High, that ye may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil. For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places. So when you're reading, somebody comes and bugs you. Oh, what you reading? Why you reading that? They see you rejecting pork. Okay, what you Muslim? Always has something to say. Look at all that hair on your face. You need a haircut. You need a lining. All these little jabs and attacks at you. It's just Satan through them. But you have to understand, hey, the Lord said, forgive them, for they know not what they do. A lot of times you have to extricate yourself from that situation, meaning remove yourself from that situation if it's toxic. And a lot of times, your family, they're gonna have demons on them. Once you start growing in the knowledge, so it's gonna be imperative that you really love them from a distance. Like, it's crazy as it seems. A lot of times you're gonna be by yourself in this thing. And you gotta have to be comfortable with being by yourself. A lot of men who became very great, at something, or trying to reach higher goals, they're by themselves. They become they become by themselves, and so they get a greater understanding of what they have to do. So Yahweh Shem Yahushai, that's how he's going to be dealing. He's going to be dealing with his men. Because the scriptures do say, it does say, can two walk together except they be agreed? So your woman, when you're going through, when you're trying to reach your higher self, the best person you can be, a lot of times your woman is not going to be there with you. You used to go to Burger King, McDonald's with her, and all of that. It's all going, she's not going to be there on the ride with you, because she can't. She's not capable of it. You're used to dealing on her on a certain level, man. So that's the main focus, in this thing. Scriptures say, basically, we have to be, basically, you have to understand this truth for yourself. You have to get understanding for yourself. But Lord willing, this was edifying. All praises to Yahweh by Shem Yahushai by Shem Rakakadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders at Great Millstone who rule well. Shalom.